Oh, we're live. I'm live. Often I have a guest. Today I'm live myself. Got to put these on because my eyes are getting old. These are the cheapest blue light glasses at Target. So, listen, Charlie Van Derven, social advisor. We got some cool new T-shirts. All right, that's kind of cool, right? So I run this through a service called StreamYard. StreamYard's awesome. I actually haven't used it in 4 or 5 months. We haven't gone live in 4 or 5 months. Some things that happened in life that took me out of my routine, and we're trying to get back to that. So StreamYard seems to be a great service. So I can stream to LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube all at the same time. Now, here's the problem I've run into is that um, comments, I think, only come from Facebook. So if you're on LinkedIn or you're watching on YouTube and you leave a comment, there's a possibility I'm not seeing your comment. So today I had titled this 3 routines to make the most of LinkedIn, right? I started going through it and I'm like, there's way more than 3. So we're going to cover what we can. I don't want to go too long. Now, I will let you know that social advisors, for a limited time, we are running a free LinkedIn strategy revamp. So if you don't know how to use the platform effectively, or you don't think you know how to use it effectively, or if you signed up for a service and paid a whole bunch of money up front and you have not gotten the results that they've expected or told you you'd get, we're happy to take a look at your strategy and offer our 2 cents worth. So if you drop me a direct message on whatever platform you're on, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, I'll certainly get to that. Or you can text me at 386-846-5291, and we'll get some time on the calendar. I'm just going to go through and talk about your profile and talk about your content strategy and your engagement strategy and who you're connecting with, and give you some tips on getting the right introductions and things like that. LinkedIn is awesome. Now, LinkedIn has changed dramatically over the years. 4 or 5 years ago, no doubt. Reality is, 4 or 5 years ago, you could jam out 100 invites on LinkedIn every single day. And you could say, hey, want to work together, stranger who doesn't know me? And out of 100 invites, you're going to get somebody, 2, 3, 4 people a week to say, yeah, let's talk. You can't do that anymore, right? So 2 things have happened. LinkedIn has limited the amount of activity you can do on the platform. So on average, and everybody's a little bit different, on average, you can send about 25 invitations to connect with people today, every single day. So about 125, 150 a week or so. Let's see. Also, the network, right? The community of users on LinkedIn, they have said, we don't like your spammy, pardon my French, bullshit. So, don't spam us anymore, right? I know you all get those messages, 3, 4, 5 a day, whether someone's selling a franchise system to you or they want to sell you digital marketing or whatever it is. Don't emulate those people. This is a wonderful platform for building trusted relationships, for meeting new people that are exactly like the type of people that you want to do business with. But if you, take the approach of, hey, do you have a financial advisor, right after you meet them, you're going to miss, you're going to blow your opportunity right away. So if you play the slow game, right? If you meet them, you create relationships, you engage with them consistently, you keep your brand present, and then at the end of all this, host events. We'll talk a little bit about that. Hosting events helps you identify who's ready for a deeper conversation. So don't sell, right? Understand that you've got a system in place that at the end of it, that event becomes the system that's there, the part of the system that shows you who's ready for a deeper conversation. But those events are only as successful as your strategy up front. So again, we are providing a free revamp of your LinkedIn strategy, 30-minute consultation that costs you absolutely nothing. There's no obligation whatsoever. If you drop me a DM in the platform that you're watching this on, or my phone number, if you want to send me a text, please don't call. But if you want to send me a text, 386-846 5291, 386-846-5291. Put your name in there when you text too. If you're not in my phone, I don't know who you are. So anyway, let's dive into this, right? So we talked about how LinkedIn has changed, right? You've really got to use LinkedIn effectively now because you can't just spam people. But I will tell you the single most important thing you can do today for your success tomorrow and your success a year and 5 years and 10 years from now is build the right network. Right? Your network on LinkedIn and the email addresses you're able to accumulate, whether that's through lead magnet or other means. Don't buy email lists, by the way. But the email addresses you accumulate today and the network you start building today will pay dividends throughout your career. So I highly encourage you to start dipping into some of these things that we talk about. So I want to start with your profile. I just got a bunch of, some clients, some friends. So this is my buddy Carmine. We're going to talk about Carmine's profile a little bit. So this is my friend Carmine. Carmine is he runs an RIA, has his own RIA, Cornerstone Planning Group. Well, the work that we do together is more on the recruiting side. So Carmine is bringing in advisors to his team, DBA advisors. So if any of you out there are, pardon me, I just realized that I'm not even sharing my screen. That's going to help. That's going to help. Good thing I got it, now instead of way into it, So anyway, okay, here's my buddy Carmine. So Carmine, again, he is recruiting advisors. So if you're looking for a new home, listen, Cornerstone is an awesome group of people up in Fairfield, New Jersey. You can be a DBA. You can, you don't have to be in Fairfield. In fact, probably best that you're not. But anyway, Carmine's a good dude. I want to just use Carmine's profile. Now, this is a branded piece, the cover here. This is a branded piece that all the team members at Cornerstone Planning Group, they all fly this. I might do one thing differently. I might add my logo to it. But suffice it to say, you've got the opportunity to update that piece of your profile, update it with something. Maybe you've got a tagline like clients need above all else for Cornerstone. Maybe you've got a hero shot type image on your website and you want to put some branding consistency together. Like mine, which I won't look at right now, but like mine, I've got Whistling Straits golf course on there. I got a chance to play at Whistling Straits last year. And how awesome was that? But, that not only speaks to something I really like to do, it also is a commonality that I can draw from people. So use this real estate effectively. I love Carmine's new headshot. But you didn't get to see the old headshot. This is quite an improvement. What I love about this is it's close enough. It's a small picture, right? It's close enough we can see what Carmine looks like. And doesn't he look like an approachable dude? Like I see a lot of people whose headshots, maybe arms crossed, maybe it's black and white, scowling a little bit, look approachable, right? You want people to want to connect with you, right? So look approachable. Now, other areas in the profile that Carmine can update is this headline here. Now, if you look at people I may know, right? This is based on me, not Carmine. But if you look at people I may know here, you can see photo, name, and then their headline shows up. So what I like that Carmine did was founder and CEO, but also independent advisor, helping advisors thrive, partner to financial advisors, right? So when Carmine or us reaching out on Carmine's behalf to meet advisors that he could potentially recruit to the firm, I want them to see that, right? These are all credibility factors. Now we can look at Carmine's about section as well. You've got, I think now 2,600 characters, right? So be friendly, talk about your credibility and your credentials, but also talk about who you want to work with. But also give a little piece of yourself, right? Like people want to do business with people they know, like, and trust. You've heard this adage before. So give a little bit of yourself as well. Now he's got his disclosure here. Yeah, a lot of advisors I see, they're able to put it down in this experience section. So if you don't want to take up any of those, valuable character spaces with your disclosure, you can put that in the experience section probably. Now we're going to look at content across the board here, but you can see Carmine shares a lot of content. We help him out with some of this. Carmine's written a number of articles, right? All of these things help lend themselves to Carmine's credibility, not only in bringing on new clients for wealth management, but also recruiting advisors. And check some of this out, man. So 17 and 19, 12, and actually this was me hosting him on the podcast. 12, 13 likes, 15 comments. So the content that we're developing for Carmine is actually doing really, really well. So that's just some of the factors. If you look at your profile and you see other people viewed, it'd be a section on the right-hand side over here. that says other people viewed. Here's what that is. As a user, because I'm logged in as me, it's telling me if someone viewed Carmine, they also viewed these other people. Right now, if that's showing up when someone looks at your profile, that's bad because it's likely some of your competition is there. So you can turn this off under privacy and settings, which is settings and privacy right here. And again, during that tutorial, we can walk you right through that. So awesome. Let's take a look at Sales Navigator. For those of you who have not already been on Sales Navigator, give me 1 second here. Got no comments so far, but love that we got some people showing up. Awesome to see you. So Sales Navigator, I guess I've got to go in and share again, don't I? All right. Okay, Sales Navigator. Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch every time I flip from one tab to the next. Okay, cool. So clean up your profile, like we just said. Again, schedule some time with me or one of my team members, and we'll help you do that. Sales Navigator. Here's the next step. Do you know who it is that you want to meet? Right. So let's say we'll just do a couple searches here real quick. One we'll do in a big city. One we'll do in a smaller town, so that you get the flavor for the fact that this isn't all about big city, right? But let's say you want to meet business owners. Oh, let's do a different one, not business owners. Let's do, let's say you want to meet plan sponsors, okay? And you want to meet plan sponsors in Chicago. First place that goes geography. Type in Chicago, greater Chicago area, right? And then if you've got the 5,500 list, that certainly helps. But also, let's say we want to meet, where am I looking at here? Current job title. So let's say we want to say controller, right? Chief financial officer. Chief financial officer, and then let's do director of HR or something. Human resource director. Okay, cool. Again, if you got that 5,500 list, it's easier to zero in on these people. But in Chicagoland, right, we could narrow this by a whole bunch of other criteria in Sales Navigator. If you are not already subscribed to Sales Navigator, I highly recommend it. I think it's $79 a month, and it is, maybe other than our CRM, it's a single best sales tool that we use in being able to zero in on the people that we want to meet. Now, a lot of you have subscriptions to data services like Discovery Data, right, where you can get all the contact information about plan sponsors in Chicago that you need. Where LinkedIn is better is it tells you all about these people, right? And it gives you the fuel to start conversations. But so here's 22,000 people that might fit that criteria. We could, of course, if we want to, where's industry on here? They move these tabs around a little bit. Here's industry. We could actually go ahead and remove financial. Exclude that. We could remove banking. Right? Exclude banking. We could remove insurance. Anyway, so it just gives you a little bit of the flexibility that Sales Navigator provides to zero in on that list. Now, let's do a different one, right? Because that's Chicago, Illinois. Of course, we're going to get people in Chicago, Illinois. What if you were in Des Moines, Iowa? What if you're Des Moines Metro? Now, I'm not sure how big Des Moines is, but maybe it's 250,000. Maybe it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. Got 370,000. So maybe it's 500,000 people in Des Moines, something along those lines. Now, let's say we were looking for business owners, right? We could look in function finance, job title, current job title, seniority level. I like this as well, right? So we could do owner partner. Here's 9,000 owner partners. Now, again, we'd want to go to industry and remove financial. Right? Did you see right below that? It was accounting as well. So there's 8,500 people, not counting financial advisors. that are business owners in Des Moines. You could make sure you're searching healthier business owners and just go more than 10 years. We're going to get a good group here. So my point about that is, let's show you a little bit smaller town. You guys, there's like 800 million users of LinkedIn, and about a third of those are in North America. Anywhere you search, you're going to be able to find the people that you want to meet. Now, what happens when you find these people, right? Go through every single day. LinkedIn's going to allow you to invite 20 or 25 people. Now, it's going to take you a couple minutes, right? Probably going to take you 5 or 10 minutes once you decide who these people are, just to rip through, open their profile, and send them an invitation to connect. Build your network. Build your network now. Build it tomorrow. Build it next year. Build it 10 years from now. This network is going to pay off. Okay. Now, we're going to stop share again, because I want to start looking at content, right? As you build this network, give me a second here. Okay. So as you build this network, you need to engage with this network and you need to nurture this network. So that's where content comes in, right? Let's take a look at my friend Lauren Smith at Green Financial in Houston, Texas. Here's a post that Lauren posted from yesterday. It's got 11 likes on it. It's got 2 comments. Of course it does. Check out Mamba, the office mascot. Here's some of that content similar to what I showed you with Carmine, where we're helping out with some articles. You got 16 likes, you got 15 comments, right? You've got 20 likes, 14 comments. Anyway, this is the type of stuff that moves the needle. Not only is it personal stuff about Lauren and Mamba's awesome. I got a chance to meet Mamba, but it's also thought leadership type articles. Are you looking to write more articles? We would love to do that for you. But I'm also going to show you ChatGPT, right? I put a post up earlier about email marketing and the importance of email marketing. I did that with the assistance of ChatGPT. And this tool, unlike any other, is Canva. Oh, you can't see those because I'm share this tab instead. There we go. So this tool is Canva. Love this tool, right? Love Canva for building out social media content. And then here's ChatGPT that I talked about. Like I used this morning for one of my LinkedIn posts, and it was really, really helpful. So share content consistently. I showed you a little bit about the type of content engagement. Here's my buddy Rob Sampson. He's a recruiter in Chicago. Stratus is an awesome firm, but same thing. Take a look at some of the content, some of the stuff that one didn't do very well. This one killed it. When you can celebrate something, check that out. I mean, 53, 54 likes. And 6 little celebrations and 5 comments on that. How awesome is that? Content moves the needle, you guys, but not all content is created the same. So if you want the type of reach that I'm showing you right now, again, drop me a DM and we'll spend a little bit of time together. Now, the other thing I encourage you to do, here's a routine that I want to encourage, right? Engage. If you see somebody in your network, engage with those that you want to know. Don't be afraid to engage with them. Ask them a question about themselves. Check out their profile. Find something you have in common. It will take you maybe 10 minutes to try to engage with 3 people every day. So the more you engage with them on LinkedIn, the likelier they are to see your content, the greater your relationship grows, the greater your opportunity for converting those people in the future. Okay, we're going to talk about conversion in a second, because that's the big problem that a lot of advisors have is I've got this great network on LinkedIn, but how do I convert these people? I'm going to pause on that topic for just a second. I want to talk about introductions. I want to do another LinkedIn Sales Navigator search, and then we'll talk about conversion, okay? So Sales Navigator search, jumping back into Sales Navigator. Let me share that. I don't like the way StreamYard shares, but oh well, what are you going to do? Their technology. Maybe they'll take my feedback, right? So check this out. So I'm going to clear all these. I live in Daytona Beach, Florida. I actually live in Daytona Beach Shores. If you've been to Daytona Beach, you know why I specifically said Daytona Beach Shores. I was very active in our chamber for quite a while. So check this out. So I'm going to pull up the president of our chamber, Nancy Kiefer. Right? If you are networking in your town, this is great for you. This is asking for introductions. So if we can run through some routines, connect with people every day. Send out invitations, grow your network every day. Share content consistently. Third routine is ask for introductions. When I'm coaching advisors, I'm typically asking them to ask for at least 2 introductions a month, if not 1 a week. Now, here's what's cool. This is Nancy's network, or a portion of. I know she's got more than 997 connections, but that's what it's showing us, right? So by virtue of being in the same town, I'm connected with a lot of these people. So I just want to meet people that Nancy knows that I don't know, right? So I got rid of first degree connections. So second degree connections down to 899. Now geography, if I'm an advisor, I probably want to meet those people locally, right? So I might put in Daytona Beach, Florida, down to 103. Now let's say, I just want to meet business owners. That might be good. Seniority level. Let's go owner partner. Okay. I just found, using Sales Navigator, I just found 15 people that Nancy's connected to that are business owners that I may want to be connected to. Owners or founders. Anybody, if you want to meet a CPA for potential referrals, here's a law firm, right? NASCAR fans out there, let's meet some people at NASCAR. So when I find the right person, I'll probably hit up Nancy over the phone on, Nancy, how you doing, old buddy, old pal? How's the dog? How's the chamber? All that stuff. And then I'm probably going to say, hey, Nancy, tell me, how do you know Robert Merrill over at Cobb Coal, right? Robert looks like a guy I might want to know. Tell me a little bit about him. Hey, what do you say the opportunity is if Robert's into it, maybe I can buy you guys lunch one day, right? Now, Nancy, you know me, I'm not there to sell services to Robert. I just want to meet him, make sure, see if we align, and if we like each other, I can take it from there. But I'd love an introduction if you can make that happen, right? You can have that conversation a couple times a month, super easy, based on the ability to do this type of research using Sales Navigator. Okay, cool. Last thing I want to show you. Let me get back to StreamYard. Sorry. Present, share screen. Goodness. Okay. Now, how do you convert connections? So you do all this work. You've been sending out invitations daily. You're picking up 5, 6, 7 new connections a day. You're engaging with people. You're asking for some introductions. You're sharing content. Now, how do you convert these people? The answer is events, right? A lot of you built your business on seminars, right? Seminars are still effective, though they are not as cost effective as they used to be. They are still effective. We like webinars. And one of the reasons we like webinars is because LinkedIn allows us to promote webinars very easily and get great results for it. So this is my friend Kelly. Kelly's got a webinar coming up on the 27th at noon, right? So we're still a week out from that webinar. Kelly now has 19, well, she's going, so she's got 19 other attendees registered for her webinar. And all she did, right? So Kelly's doing this webinar on the 27th. It is, I'm going to tell you, Kelly put some spice to it, but this is a webinar that's already been provided for her. So she didn't have to build the deck, though she did modify it for herself. Now, that network you've been building and nurturing and engaging with, we don't want to sell to those people. Now, if they need your services, they're going to ask for that. But what we do is, now I'm logged in as me, but I can go in and I can invite people out of my network, right? So what we do for Kelly, and what Kelly does on her own some, is when we promote a webinar, we can actually go through and invite 1,000 people every single week. So she's building this awesome network of people, right? She's nurturing them. She's engaging with them. She's not selling to them. And then the webinar happens. And we send out a couple thousand invitations to this webinar. And by the time that webinar goes, Kelly's probably going to have 45 registrations, which means she'll likely have about 20 people show up. Now, summer's a difficult time to build a webinar attendee list. So for Kelly in July, getting probably in the ballpark of 45 registrations, that's awesome. And when she gets 20 people to show up, So those are 20 people that go directly into her pipeline. Now, Kelly's not going to do the follow-up, but a team member of hers will do the follow-up, and they'll say, hey, thanks for attending, right? Tell me a little bit about, the delivery of the information. Was that good for you? Was there other topics that you might want to see us talk about in the future, right? Those are all great questions. And then as you build some rapport, you say, listen, tell me about some of your challenges, right? That webinar was about retirement. Do you feel like you're ready for that? Do you have some questions about that? Can I schedule a call with Kelly for you? Right. So based on that webinar activity, Kelly's assistant's going to have about 20 people to follow up with. And next month, she's going to have about 20 people to follow up with again. And then as we get back into September, October, November, it's easier to build an audience. So it's likely there'll be 25 or 30 people to follow up with every single month. Most of our clients actually do 8 webinars a year. September to November, skip December. It's hard to build an audience. And then January through May. So there's 8 webinars a year, skipping the summer because it's difficult to build an audience, though Kelly's doing an effective job, and then skipping December as well. So again, my offer in the beginning, for a limited time, we are running LinkedIn revamp for free. So if you want to spend 30 minutes with me or one of my team members, all you have to do is send me a direct message on LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube, wherever it is that you're streaming from. And you can text me, right? Don't call me, please, but text me your name and we'll get you on the calendar. 386-846-5291. We have just walked through, several routines. I think we covered 4, right? So make sure your profile, that's not a routine, but make sure your profile demonstrates your credibility. Connect with people every single day, share content consistently, engage with people daily, and host a webinar monthly, every other month, every quarter, whatever that is. That webinar is designed not only to provide a good education, of course, but to measure your network. If you're connected to 2,000 people, how do you know who's ready for a deeper conversation? I got an idea. Invite them to a webinar. If they show up, they're ready for a deeper conversation. So that event is really, really good at converting connections into prospects into clients. I hope you found this useful. Of course, I'm a resource to you. If you want to take a look at your LinkedIn strategy, again, hit me up on DM, and I guess we'll see you on LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube or wherever the heck I know you're from. Have an awesome afternoon.